guy interview, he was in the room. He tell you the security. I'm not going to tell you. I swear to God on my life. I had, from a guy interview, he was in the room. Smart kid. He ain't a kid, like 20-something. He took a picture of the security guard and sent it to my phone. Like, this was like, because I was interrogating him. It wasn't just an interview. I was interrogating him. Like, if these niggas is guilty, I'm going to make them look guilty. I'm going to find out on camera. But it wasn't that. You understand what I'm saying? They're not guilty. But they had pictures of the security guard, my nigga. And he looked like a creep. He looked like a creep, man. You know, he's a short, no race shit whatsoever, but he was a short Hispanic guy. You know, a little, he would touch your booty. One of them type of dudes, man. You could tell. Short, stubby, little belly. You understand what I'm saying? Looked like he didn't shave. He one of them motherfuckers. They probably drugged it, thinking they was going to get it easy, whatever, out of her. Let me feel on you, let me touch you, let me have sex, whatever. And Shorty wasn't going, so they started fighting, put up a fight. They started fighting and accidentally killed her. Man, J4K for life. Justice for Kanika for life.
How you doing? I'm Andrew Holmes, and I'm joined by other strong community activists that's in the city of Chicago that is concerned about what went on here at this establishment right here. And first and foremost, I did view the video, some parts of the video that I won't get into to hamper this investigation, but the important part of this is that we all was wondering and wanted to know, did anybody pull her down there? Did anybody force her down there? Was anybody on the other side in that room with her when she got down there? And the answer to that is no. She walked into that unsecured area that should have been secured with locks on there where she couldn't get in there. Now, I've been inside the freezer down there, and upon looking at that freezer, you can open up that door, take a half step up, turn to your left, pull the other door. This door would be closing anyway. The other door, probably when she got in there, that door closed on her too, and it was dark in there. Now, there is a knob that you can push to get out of there, but, you know, that investigation has to go on with the Rosemont Police Department to wait on the toxicology to see what's going on with that. But as far as someone pulling her down there or leading her down there, no.
Did she appear inebriated, intoxicated? What was her behavior like?
Well, that has to come from the toxicology to tell you what was in her system. But she appears to be impaired, but at the same time, it has to come from the toxicology report. But it still doesn't take away from that. That area should have been secured. Now, from me looking at the video, she was trying to find her way back upstairs to the lobby. And she was checking the doors, and she was checking other doors, just trying to find her way back upstairs. So, in saying that, she was walking forward, where all of the video cameras caught her every movement, and I watched her as she went through the other door, and at the same time, she went through an unsecured area, which is not her fault, because if someone is standing there with their children, and that area is not secured, you can catch a child from going there and open up them same doors, and this can happen to them. But when the toxicology report comes out, you know, it sends it back to another level what was in her system, and she's not a person that drops fentanyl, these pills that they are taking, and that's not her character. But at the same time, if something was put in her cup, then it goes back to who was in this room and who may have dropped something in her cup. So that remains with the Rosemont Police Department detectives that are working this case. But from my view, no one else was back there down in that unsecured area.
Andrew,
What's
have
another
the
video
family?
that you actually watch? How give me an approximate amount of time of the video that you watched and make it pretty clear there was no one else with her, right?
Well, I watched the video from the time she was in the lobby to the time that she got off the elevator. There was no one with her at that point. There was no one in the back. There's a camera inside that unsecured area, and it remotes every time a person moves or moving in there. So where the freezer's at, that's a wall. So there's no way out that way. The only way out is you have to come out the way that she was coming in. So that would justify and clear that. And they have checked those cameras at a time with a technician to make sure no one alters anything. Just as guilty actors here and over here, Jamal, we all are on the same, I mean not Jamal, but Jedediah, we all are on the same page in trying to secure and make sure that this doesn't happen, that the videos are not altered, and that the family get justice, and at the same time that the Facebook infight stop. Because if you're accusing this person of doing something, you're accusing that person of doing something, then what you need to do, if you got solid evidence that they did something, some foul play to this baby, you need to talk to the detectives and give that information to them. Just don't put it out there on Facebook, because if you put it out there, then be prepared to answer what you put out there. But if you put something out there, just put the facts and the truth.
me do this in slow motion real quick, y'all. Let me mute it up. Make sure that's the camera. I'm just curious, what would he be doing 15 minutes going back to the same place, knowing that we can't track the beverage manager where he went or where this other cop went? And we always said that they had to have cameras back there by the loading dock to protect their merchandise from people stealing. It's where employees be going in at, right? All right, so is that clear to y'all as a camera?
But the party was going on, it was when it was jumping, it was buzzing. It was 2 main security guards that was coming in there. And after we started looking for her, we looking for hotel security, like, man, somebody to help, you know, somebody that can go in the back, somebody that can go not get the access to open door. None of that. We didn't see nobody. We didn't get no help.
You ain't never seen a watch, though. Nigga, this is a one-on-one.
Yeah, y'all finna get put out. Y'all finna get put out. Y'all get put out. What's up, bro?
Buffing like my gun or something. Buffing nigga something. Pop that pussy. Get my homies.
Don't be so loud.
Yeah, it's too late for that. Yep, there go the manager. My car keys, my weed. That ain't no motherfucking manager. Oh, it is a manager. It is a manager. Shit. On BD, all on. Turn that pappy ringtone off. Off that Pappy ringtone.
This ain't one of those. Nah, ain't no 2-cup shit.
Who said that?
All right, y'all, 63rd.
I just want 1 cup. I just need 1 cup, folks.
2 cups. That shit straight out.
What you want, folks?
Ain't on that. Ain't on that.
What? No. Bank game.
Y'all better chill out over here.
Oh, bank. The biggest bees in here for bank.
Y'all already might have, baby. For sure, what you better know is get them put out. It's Big B for Biggie too, but you know I already know. That gyro shit dead in here tonight. That gyro shit dead in here tonight.
What for the renegade? We renegade.
We crazy crew, baby. Big C.
Hey, then you say turn the music off, folks? Y'all don't listen, folks.
Jump out.
Don't listen, folks. Don't listen, folks.
That's right, you know this. Okay, I'm reloaded. Fuck with the Gucci. I'm good, I'm Gucci. My weed too strong. Fuck everybody. I'm in my own zone, nigga. And everybody see me, I'm wet and rolling.
Jaja, what's up, folks? What's up? All over, man.
I'm gonna get this to that girl over there. What girl? That? I'm gonna get more than
Show right in the corner on the phone. Nene, where that cup at, folks?
Well, first and foremost, thank all of you all for joining in, and thank you other activists out there for being on the front line too, and everybody out there with the protests, and everybody out there with the prayers. But the videos show the young lady in the lobby, and I watched her from the lobby walk to the elevator. Now, whether something, and I'm saying this because the toxicology hasn't come out yet. We know she consumed some alcohol and was a little bit impaired. But at the same time, if someone had put some in her drink, the toxicology would show. So that's very important, and we're waiting for that. But she did walk into that elevator, and she was trying to possibly get back up to the 9th floor, but she might have pushed the button, or the button was always pushed already to show lower level, and the elevator went down.
Okay.
So she got off the elevator. I can see where she was staggering, as they said, and she got off. She went to the stairway casing. The stairway leads back upstairs. So
she was by herself throughout this.
She was by herself throughout this whole complete ordeal. I watched and looked for cameras everywhere. They showed me cameras everywhere. She walked to the steps. She did a little stumble trying to get up there, but she turned around and went back the other way. Now, she was still walking kind of wobbly. She did fall into the wall, and she started opening up doors. So she opened up one door. She went in, came right back out. She wasn't in there. You can tell she was looking for doors, trying to get back upstairs to the lobby. So she went from door to door. She went in this door. She didn't stay long. She went in there and came back out. She was basically trying to find her way back to the lobby. As she continued down the path,
and she went to the bathroom and everything.
Yeah, she went.
What's some of the doors she did go in?
One of the doors she went in was the men's washroom. That door pushed open. She came right back out. She pushed in, came right back out. She went inside another door. She came right back out. She was checking doors to see, to me, how she can get back upstairs. So she went down toward this unsecured area that she went, and the camera shows it, and it shows where she went. When she went in, the doors wasn't secured. She went right in. There was a freezer part there where you all see, where you all haven't seen it yet, where she had walked back. There was no one in there. The place, they don't even use that part no more as a kitchen part, and it has two large freezers. So she walked back there, and as she went inside that door, she opened it up, which you can open up. It's just like a big steel door. It don't take much to open it. You open up that door. You take 1/2 a step to your right is another door to another freezer part. She had to open up that door to go inside of there, mainly trying to find her way back to the lobby. In saying that, if she was so impaired, so we don't know what's in the toxicology, but the door closed and the other door closed, and it's dark inside of that little freezer room. So she probably got scared, tried to find her way to push that door out, but it was a safety knob there that you can touch like this, and that door will open. And I was in there with the detectives. I was in that freezer, and I was scared even being in that freezer, even in there with them, and I was in there by myself. I can understand the part where she was at with the motion camera up there, that when somebody walks, it turns that way. Where she was, you cannot go no farther. That's it. You cannot hide back there. You can't go no farther. If anybody was back there, they would have came up. They had to come out that way she came. Now, that's the negligence on that motel establishment there, that place was closed down and nobody shouldn't have been back there. Now, it's very easy for you to get in there and that door to close, and in that freezer, lights out, it's air shut tight. If you had a room in that motel, you had a child, a son, your son and daughter get on that elevator and all of a sudden start wandering around and pushing doors, your baby would have went in there. That door would have closed on your baby. You'd have been looking for your child. It's an accident that was waiting to happen, and it lies within that motel unit there. Who owns that motel? They should have secured that area. If locks was on the door like they was on the door when I got there, they had locks on there, so I couldn't get in, but didn't have no locks on there when she was there. If they had them, she probably would have turned around like she turned around at the other doors to find her way back upstairs. And sad as I hate to say, We got to find out what's in their toxicology, and whatever's in there was in her system. Then it needs to come out. Then if it's something illegal, the focus goes back to the room and the people that was inside the room. If they know something, they need to say something. That's somebody's child.